Welcome to the first tape in the My Little Pony mystery series. If you listen to the entire My Little Pony magic series, you will know that in the last tape, The Strange Disappearance, tape 10, the Black Pony of Darkness went away for good, or so the My Little Ponies thought. But now, the Black Pony of Darkness appears to be back. Don't listen to this tape within 5 hours of bedtime, or otherwise you will have a very bad nightmare. And the Black Pony might come to get you next. Number 1. The Evil Laugh Returns. It was January the 2nd, 2005. Desiree Skylark Alder, who lived at 43 Bolton Road, also known as the My Little Pony Rescue Home on Earth, was helping her mother fill some pots with earth in her back garden, ready to plant some daffodil bulbs that should have been planted the previous October. As she did this, she was thinking of some My Little Ponies, who she had been looking at on the internet the previous day. They were supposedly for sale, but she didn't know if the lady who was supposedly selling them actually existed, and she was wondering, as she took another spadeful of dirt, if she would ever see ponies such as Firefly, Merryweather, who'd had her mane glued back on, Phoebe, Baby Lofty, Baby Ribbon, Baby Shady, Cupcake, Baby Sleepy Pie, Baby Starburst, Baby Stockings, Baby Surprise, Twist, Hippity Hop, and several other My Little Ponies, including some rare Italian and French ones that Desiree was going to send off money for. She didn't know if she'd ever see her money again. She didn't know if she would ever see her friends again either. But then, they'd all been a dream, hadn't they? She remembered not so long ago a time when somehow she believed in Ponyland, believed that it really existed. She remembered something to do with a strange black pony, although she couldn't quite put her finger on what she remembered. She knew that she thought she'd seen Truly, Lancer and Lofty, her favourite 3 ponies, in Ponyland, but they didn't really exist, did they? It must have been a series of dreams. She'd woken up one morning, May the 16th, 2004, feeling confused, remembering something from the previous day, but not remembering quite what. Next to her on the bed was a black bottle, entitled Forgetful Potion. What had it meant? But as soon as she tried to pick it up, as soon as she touched it, she discovered it wasn't there. It must have been the end of her dream. But if she had seen those ponies, where would they be now? She'd also found forgetful bottles inside both hutches of her guinea pigs, Sparkle and Splodge. Had they forgotten something? Were they feeling as confused as her? Of course she couldn't understand their squeaks. They made no sense to humans. But as she put some more dirt into the bucket that she was filling, she wondered, had any of that stuff really happened? Or had it all been dreams? Dreams like the ones in her song that she would be singing in a few moments' time. Truly stared sadly out of Paradise Estate's window. She had not forgotten, as Desiree had, about all of their previous adventures. The black pony had not been able to touch her with his forgetful potion. She had been too wise and stayed awake that night, knowing that after 24 hours the black pony could not make you forget an adventure. Or rather, not make a pony forget. But he had made Desiree forget. And the ponies had sensed that for the last 7 months, and knew that maybe they would never see their friend again. Twinkle, Truly's pet guinea pig, came running up behind her, followed by Lofty, who told Truly that Lancer, their friend from Paradise Land, and his pet guinea pig Dodge had just arrived and would be staying with them for the next 3 or 4 days. The 2 ponies joined her at the window, and the 2 guinea pigs jumped up on their owners' backs. Something was different about today, but they didn't know what. Suddenly, the sky clouded over. It turned black. 2 lightning bolts shot down, and they heard a faint laugh from the other side of Paradise Lake. That was the Black Pony of Darkness's laugh, but they thought that he had gone. They must have imagined it, mustn't they? But then they heard a voice speaking to them, and a familiar, nasty sound. Yes, little ponies, I'm back again. That's why you will see it will now start to rain. The sun is not shining, the sky is not bright. Now I will turn Ponyland into endless night. Never again will you see Desiree. There's no way to bring back your friend who helped defeat me before. But don't you realise I'm now back once more? Did I ever say that I'd gone for good? No, little ponies, you misunderstood. Listen to my message from 14th of May 2003, and you'll realise today that I did never say I had gone for good. Yes, little ponies, you misunderstood. I said you were so stupid you misunderstood the message just as I said that you would. And then the noise was gone. The 3 little ponies looked at each other in fear, and then watched as Paradise came into the room. Oh, truly, that was the end of the legend. I remember now, said Paradise, walking into the room. Your friend, Desiree, or the human who came to help us before, can return after several months, because the thing that they helped us defeat would come back, i.e. the Black Pony. Yes, that was the end of the legend. And Paradise walked out of the room again. So the black pony didn't really go away before? Lofty said, sadly. It doesn't seem like it, does it? Said Twinkle. No, it certainly does not, said Dodge, staring sadly at his paws and walking slowly out of the room. That means more pieces of cucumber will be destroyed. But Paradise said that the human who helped us before will now be able to return. So there's one good thing about the black pony coming back, said Truly. Yes. Shall we go and see if the rainbow's back? A perfect idea! Perhaps you'll give me some stowaway, said Dodge, walking back into the room, answering his owner. And so the 3 ponies and the 2 guinea pigs skipped off towards the rainbow, or where it should have been. Desiree was getting rather tired of filling up buckets and flower pots with earth, and decided to sing a song. What song should she sing? Well, what better song than her own song, the My Little Pony Rescue Home song, which was a very special song indeed. The 3 ponies and the 2 guinea pigs arrived at the spot in Dream Valley where one of the rainbow's paths had led. There was nothing there now. They stared sadly and then watched. Their eyes widened in amazement as first a red stripe started to appear. It was soon followed by the other 6 colours of the rainbow, and they watched as the rainbow zoomed down towards Desiree Skylark Alder's My Little Pony Rescue Home. And then Dodge pulled a telescope from a magical bag he always kept on his back. They looked down at Desiree and saw what she was thinking. They realised she didn't believe in the ponies anymore. She believed it had all been a dream. And her guinea pigs didn't know that they could speak. They watched as Desiree thought, and they watched as Desiree began to sing. They even joined in with the song, although Desiree could not hear them. In your dream, try your best to find me, and I will try to find you. Think of us, for pennies we're the best. We're always here, the home of rest. If you're alone, won't you in the films of these sketchy jokes and laughter? Think of us, we'll bring a happy ever after. If you want a place that might hold you so long, we're all the way you sing a song. Rescue ponies, Carol, rescue ponies, lava, bringing hope and love my way. Rescue ponies wanna be friends to you and me. Cannot run away. Of course, the spanking ponies every day. Don't let there are no peace at their choice to sing and play. Rescue ponies, Carol, rescue ponies, lava, bringing love and joy my way. Rescue ponies want to be friends to you and me. Please come and join your parade. Of course we're spreading happy endings every day in a special rescue highway. A To rescue him, you can fly like a dove, and of course you'll receive lots of love. This really is the place to come, a place of happiness. So call on me to come to a place where you're sure to see your best friend's face. Mister, come to my rescue, and snap, it will be true. I will be standing next to you.
I'm so glad.
Rescue plan is Caroline, rescue plan is Loveland, in Love Highway. Rescue plan is want to be friends that yummy. Can I join along? Of course, if the saving police every day in the special rescue hallway. Rescue plan is Caroline, rescue plan is Loveland, bringing love and joy my way. Rescue plan is wanna be friends to you and me. Please can I join your parade? Of course, it's very happy and it's every day in a special rescue hallway.
This is only plastic ponies that Desiree helps,
Asked Dodge, looking up at his owner.
I don't know, Dodge,
Answered Twinkle.
but I think the best thing that we can do is go down the rainbow and find out.
But, said his owner, I don't think that Desiree really believes that we exist anymore. And if we frighten her, she might not help us.
Then the best thing to do
Said Lofty.
is to, well, make her realize we exist before we go and see her. A splendid idea,
Said Dodge, copying Twinkle's normal cry.
Hey, that's what I normally get to say.
Said Twinkle. But before the two guinea pigs could get into one of their common arguments, Dodge's owner broke in. I think I know how we can get Desiree to believe that we really exist. And it's got something to do with that song. Come over here, and I'll tell you.
What? What is it?
Asked Dodge, putting his telescope back into his tiny bag. But his owner just motioned for him to come, and so the other two ponies and the two guinea pigs followed to a shadowy corner of Paradise Estate. On the 3rd of January, Desiree Aldo was still helping her mother in the garden. She continued to fill up a red pot with earth, just as she had been doing the day before. But now she was really bored. I do wish, they thought, that something interesting would happen. Something really interesting. Something different. She put her hand in the bag of earth and pulled the soil out. Something was in her hand. That morning, Twinkle and Dodge woke up to find that their owners and Lofty had stayed awake all night, adding some final details to their plan. Dodge's owner had spent all night writing a song to the same tune as Desiree Alder's My Little Pony Rescue Home song, but now the words were changed. Truly had worked out where they should stand on the rainbow, and Lofty had worked out how to get the piece of paper that Lancer had written the song on to Desiree. Desiree stared at the note in her hand. What was it doing in a bag of soil, and what did it say? She wasn't sure that she could read it. In fact, all she could see was... Hang on a minute. The words were getting clearer. They were getting clearer before her eyes. Then she saw it. Dear Desiree, said the note, I would be very grateful if you would go and get your parents and read the following song. Do exactly what it tells you to do now, but don't read it before you start singing. So Desiree quickly ran and got her parents, who were inside. She brought them out into the back garden and showed them the note. The signature was unreadable, but Desiree told her parents that they must do it, because she didn't know who had told them to. So they began to sing. As they began to sing, some music came down from the clouds, and Desiree thought she saw something green waving down over the edge of an extra big cloud, an extra big pink cloud. Music paused as Desiree told her parents that they must skip along on the gold squares on the patio and skip back. And as they skipped back, they must twirl round and round. After that, they must go round the garden, and when they got into the main part of the song, they must start to move in a very strange way. Almost as if they were trotting along like horses. Desiree began to really wonder who this note was from. There were no more instructions after that, but the note did say, listen carefully for more instructions. Dream your dream, it can be solved. Try your best, wherever I will follow. Think of me, guess who you'll see. I'm your best friend, my little pony. Sometime in a moment sad, think of me. I'll change your tears to laughter. With your love, I'll trot along, singing a special pony song. Ponies care a lot, ponies love a lot, bringing hope and love your way. Ponies want to be friends to you and me. Come join our parade, spreading love every day. We're your best friends, the MOPs, we love to sing and play. Ponies care a lot, ponies love a lot, bringing love and joy your way. Ponies want to be friends to you and me. Come and join along, spreading rainbows every day. Truly symbol is a dove, heartthrob brings you lots of love. Answer is the caring one, lofty will fly you to the sun. So call on me if you want help. Think of me, I'm waiting up the rainbow. Concentrate hard and snap, it's true. A pony is right next to you. Ponies care a lot, ponies love a lot, bringing hope and love your way. Ponies want to be friends to you and me. Come join our parade, spreading laughter every day in a special pony way. Ponies care a lot, ponies love a lot, bringing love and joy your way. Ponies want to be friends to you and me. Come and join along, spreading love every day in a special pony. Desiree stared in amazement at the three ponies who were standing in front of her. Then she saw the fourth pony behind, a little pink pony known as Pinkie Pie. Twinkle and Dodge stood at her feet. And then Desiree remembered. So it wasn't all a dream? She asked the ponies in amazement. All of those adventures really happened?
Of course they did, Desiree. Didn't you realize?
Said Twinkle, staring up at her.
Doesn't Sparkle tell you?
Sparkle? Oh, of course he can speak, can't he? And Splodge can as well.
Of course he can. Didn't you know? Had you really forgotten? Are you really that stupid?
Said Dodge, stamping his little paws on the ground.
This ground is very cold. Could we go inside?
That is very impolite, Dodge,
said Twinkle.
Please, Desiree, would you allow us to come inside?
Desiree led the way into the house, while her parents stood staring at the ponies in amazement. Well, come on, she said.
Is this all really happening? I thought it was a dream,
said Mummy, walking up the path in a very confused way. The two guinea pigs ran ahead of them into the hall, jumping up on top of Clover's hutch and seeing their twin brothers Sparkle and Splodge.
Hello, Sparkle,
said Twinkle.
Hello, Splodge,
said Dodge.
Have you forgotten that you can speak?
There was a pause. Then Splodge ran out into his living room.
You mean it wasn't all a dream, Dodge? You actually exist? All those adventures really happened? I can speak. Look, Desiree's watching me. She must understand. How wonderful. Yes, it is great, isn't it?
said Twinkle, looking in at Sparkle.
But Sparkle, do you remember that you can speak? Of course. I remembered all along, of course. But, I haven't been losing my voice. I've been resting it.
Twinkle laughed and jumped back down. So the note you sent down with me, down the rainbow that last time, was right. Paradise had written on the back of your note that I might be able to return in a few short months' time, but she didn't know why, and she didn't know when. So why is it? Has the rainbow... Well, I saw the rainbow reappeared. I saw you three. Actually, I didn't, did I? That was probably because you had your eyes closed, like I told you to close your eyes. Oh, of course. So, did you come down the rainbow?
Oh, yes, of course. Why, how else would we come?
Said Lofty, laughing and looking at Desiree.
There is no other way that we could come, is there?
Said Pinkie Pie.
You are just being so silly, Desiree.
Desiree looked at the four ponies. So why is it that the rainbow has reappeared? The ponies looked at each other sadly. Well, said Desiree, aren't you pleased that you can come down here again?
Well, yes, of course we are,
said Twinkle.
It's just that, the circumstances aren't exactly what we'd wish,
said Dodge.
What? What's wrong, Dodge?
Said Splodge from his hutch.
Well, I think my owner will tell you that.
Dodge looked up at his owner.
Will you tell them?
Yes, I will. Desiree, you know we thought that the black pony had gone away. Oh yes, he told us in a message, replied Desiree. He told us. He said that he'd gone away for good on the 14th of May 2004. Almost 8 months ago now. Well, he spoke again yesterday. He's back.
And he wants to kill you!
Whinged Dodge, looking up at his owner.
He wants revenge on all of us. And that's why you will know. You're back, pony. Always Stitch.
What he wants, finished Desiree. Desiree told the ponies that she would try to help them the following day, and the ponies went back to Ponyland. But Desiree did not have a chance the next day, on the 4th of January 2005. First of all, they had to take a DVD and video combi back to Curry Road, because when David Alder had put it on the previous night, he had found that it had no sound. She did remember the ponies at 4:45 in the afternoon, but she was going to see a film, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, at 5:30 p.m. And so she couldn't really go now, because she had to get to Ealing Broadway Cinema by about 5:15. Her parents hadn't mentioned it because I think They thought it had all been a dream again. They were in too much of a shock to bring up the subject. So Desiree thought to herself, I will just have to go tomorrow. And she hoped that it wouldn't be too late, for truly Lancer, Lofty, Twinkle, Dodge, Pinkie Pie, and all the rest of her pony friends. But although she planned to go, she didn't get round to it that day. In fact, she didn't get round to it until the 7th of January, when David Alder had gone back to work. Desiree and Jackie finally got a chance at 7:30 in the evening. So they slowly made their way up the rainbow, and were greeted by the 4 ponies who had come down the rainbow a few days before. They had been waiting for them at the top of the rainbow, and were very pleased to see them. Nobody had been captured and nothing had been harmed, but the ponies were still very worried. Would the Black Pony capture some My Little Ponies by the end of today? That was the question everybody was asking themselves. But Desiree and Jackie Alder didn't know what they could do. They couldn't stop the Black Pony coming to Ponyland, could they? And so they sat back with the ponies and waited. It was 10 to 8, and the humans had gone back down the rainbow. Truly was staring out of the My Little Pony Paradise Estate's living room window as she saw a pink mist float from the original fields towards her. Lofty saw this too, from the My Little Pony kitchen in Paradise Estate, where she had just been getting herself a slice of cake. She watched as the pink mist grew bigger and bigger. And then she saw what it was. "Hello, Lofty," said a voice, which Lofty recognised as Twilight's. Twilight, the shy little unicorn from the original fields, who only appeared to tell the ponies of news. "Oh, hello, Twilight," said Lofty, looking at the little pony. "What have you got to tell me?" "I wanted to tell you that, Lofty, I've just heard of some terrible news. You know that Heartthrob, Lickety Split, and Cherry's Jubilee set out from Paradise Estate this morning to go for a picnic with Hopscotch, Honeycomb, Snowflake, and Gypsy. My friend Gypsy." "Yes, I remember," said Lofty, looking up. In the distance, she could hear a very strange noise. "That's the alarms going off at Dream Castle," said Twilight. "I must get back, but I have to tell you, Lofty. I have to tell you." The alarm stopped. "That is worrying," said Twilight. "Majesty can't have sorted out the problem that fast. Something bad must have happened." "Well, what is it that you've got to tell me? And then you can get back to Dream Castle and see what's happening," said Lofty. "Well,
Honeycomb returned to tell us that they were just settling down to their picnic. And then a strange black cloud came along, and Cherry's Jubilee, Gusty, Heartthrob, Lickety-Split, Hopscotch, Gypsy, and Snowflake were all sucked into it, and they disappeared. And Honeycomb thought that there were words on the cloud in red saying, "This cloud belongs to the Nightmare Ponies." And then they heard the evil laugh once again. Then it appears that the Black Pony really has returned, said Lofty, as they heard the laugh trailing away. Yes, but now I must get back to Dream Castle and find out why those alarm bells were ringing. And Twilight disappeared into the pink mist once again. Lofty watched the cloud floating away, and then watched something even more terrible. A black cloud shot out from behind a tree, and 2 lightning bolts shot out of the front of it. And as they did so, 3 words lit up on the side. "We are back," said the words. And Lofty knew that they really were back, as she saw the pink cloud with Twilight in it disappear. Lofty quickly set up her hot air balloon and told Truly, Lancer, Twinkle, Dodge and Pinkie Pie — Pinkie Pie was also staying at Paradise Estate — to hop in. She quickly told them about Twilight's mysterious visit and the alarms ringing in Dream Castle. The ponies flew towards the original fields. They flew over Paradise Lake and over the seashore to Dream Castle. They landed in the courtyard and made their way up to the blue doors at the back. They knocked on the door, but nobody answered, which was strange, since all of the little ponies who lived here should have been having their dinner in Dream Castle. Wandered inside and found that nobody was there. The throne where Majesty normally sat was empty. And why had the door been unlocked for them to get in? Somebody must have come out of that door and not bothered to lock it, or not had a key to lock it. And then they saw that the drawbridge had been smashed, and there were a trail of black hoofprints leading up to the throne, and a soaking wet trail to the back doors.
Well, they're not here,
said Pinkie Pie.
Yes, I think we already knew that,
said Twinkle, looking up at Pinkie Pie crossly.
So I think we had just better give up. They've gone.
That's right. The Black Pony of Darkness is back, and that means that all the ponies are being captured again. What are we going to do?
We will just have to give up.
Those ponies are gone now. No, we won't give up, said Lofty, as they set off in their hot air balloon once again. We're going to go to the show stable and check that they're not at a party that Lemon Drops prepared. But when they got to the show stable, they found that the missing ponies were not there either. So it appeared that those ponies really were gone. And where else could they go to except to the Black Pony of Darkness's castle? If you enjoyed the first side of The Evil Laugh Returns, then we suggest you turn over to side B, which we hope you will enjoy even more.